I was looking for a new producer for this record, and I asked some people I trust, whose opinions I trust, and I said, give me some good contemporary rock producers, and I had a list of 4, and Dave Cobb was one of them. And so I checked out his discography, and he was doing a lot of country music, but the thing about his country music, it was all the really cool, down-to-earth, honest country music that had some soul. So that was a bonus. And then the thing that clinched it was he did Rival Sons, which is one of my favorite sounding bands of the last 15 years. So anyway, so I called him up and we talked, and he's like, I do my Dave Cobb impression, Slash, I just want to do a rock and roll record, then we record it live, and I was like, yeah. So that's what we did. He said, we're going to do it a la Glenn Johns, and just set up in the studio with the amps and everything. And I've been trying to do that since the 80s. No producer would ever let me do it, where you just, set up like you do in a gig and record it, So it was fun.
Did you record to tape? Did you record on tape?
Yeah.
You did. So you really Myles, what was it like for you as a singer recording that way and working with Dave?
Well, it was interesting because...
And with COVID.
Yeah, well, that was the hard part.
Did it impact your voice?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because we should mention, too, that for all of you, it sounds like, except Slash, you got it pre-vax, right? You guys weren't vaxxed.
They weren't available
I was
yet.
vaxxed.
No
We were.
vax
Actually,
yet.
Todd and I,
Frank and I were both vaxxed.
the day before we got on the bus and left.
And in my state, I didn't
really?
meet the
You can believe
criteria
it,
yet. So there was like so I missed missed it by about 2 weeks. And so I didn't realize that basically everything you hear, most everything you hear on the record vocally were scratch tracks. Those were sung as guides. I was in a separate room. These guys were playing live. And so I was singing live and just thinking we were going to recut the vocals later. And that what'd you say?
That's not what Dave was thinking.
Yeah. Well, he kept
the mic so we can hear you.
he kept
I purposely did.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He said that's not what Dave is thinking.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And he kept saying, and after we'd stop a take, he's like, "That's great, great. I think we'll be able to keep some of that." And I'm like, "What, really?" And so it was kind of a surprise to me because that's not normally the way producers do it. But at the end of the day, there was really no choice because once the virus took over, it really got difficult to sing. And the last song I tracked in the studio was Rivers Rising. And you can hear, I think I only made it through one pass. And I finally just had to bow and say, you know what, you guys are going to have to finish this without me because I got no juice left. So that was really a bit of a challenge. But I was really surprised that he was able to salvage, use the vocals. So it was great.